think we on. All
Come.
right, Shalom, Shalom. All right,
Shalom.
we are the Hebrew Israelites. All right, this is a Hara one by Yasha Allah.
And I'm
On
Kalak
my, on
San
my
Ban
right, we got
Yashala.
all right of the Lions Den camp. And first and foremost, we want to give praises to the Most High and His Son in the Paleo Hebrew and the ancient Hebrew. All right, we want to say Kal,
Kal.
Halayim, yep,
Halayim.
La,
La.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bahashem,
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem,
Bahashem.
Ha,
Ha.
Rakah,
Rakah.
Kodash,
Kodash.
and Mama. All right, Mama.
Mama.
All right, and double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, and shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Hey, Salaki, there's a slight delay, all right, going between our systems, so let's try to get this done. All right, but today we're gonna go into Zechariah chapter 5, do a breakdown on that briefly. All right, so I'm gonna do a little reading today and let the brother break most of it down, and I'm gonna do some interjections, and that's just it. All right. So let's get into it. This is Zechariah chapter 5 and 1. It says, Then I turned, all right. And I think Zechariah, let me make sure. This is Zechariah, right? Yeah, right. So this was
Kal.
around 520. Yep, 520 BC. All right. So let's get that real quick. This is Zechariah 1 and 1. It says, In the 8th month, in the 2nd year of Darius, came the word of Yahweh unto Zechariah, the son of Berechiah, the son of Iddu, the prophet. All right, saying, Yahweh have been sore displeased with your fathers, man. So even today, the Lord is displeased with 2/3 of our people, right? The same way He was displeased with our forefathers. But this prophecy came to Zechariah around 520 BC, which was 2 years after Darius took office. All right, Darius, the Persian. All right. So now, let's get into the prophecy. All right, it was a prophecy spoken about the destruction of this place, Babylon, and the Lord establishing us over here through slavery and delivering us as a whole nation. All right, as a bringing us back together over here, man, in Americas. All right,
Kal.
from the split that happened around 931 BC between the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, and now the Lord bringing us back together over here in Americas or the Babylon to where He's going to deliver us from the same place, and we're going to come out here as one nation, according to Isaiah chapter 11. All right, the hopeful elect. 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. So now it says this Zechariah 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. So, and he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Khan. So
All
basically,
right.
what that's slacking.
Mm-hmm. Now you good. Good.
All right. So basically, that flying robe is talking about the chariots, and you have different variations and shapes of chariots. So that one be that particular one would be the like the pillar in the sky, and
Mm-hmm.
when he talks about um the length thereof is 20 cubits and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. So it's basically about the size of a football field because you got your different measurements of cubits. You got your cubics that could be from the end of your hand to your elbow, your forearm area, and that's to used to measure smaller things. You also got the cubits that are bigger that are used to measure bigger things. So this one will be about the space of a football field.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And now I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is
Okay.
Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 11. And thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and their persecutors thou threwest into the depths, the deeps,
Mm-hmm.
as a stone into mighty waters. Who was that? Talking about Pharaoh and his army.
Con.
All right. Pharaoh of Egypt, them damn Hamites. Moreover, thou leddest them into the day by a cloudy pillar,
Mm,
and in the night by a pillar of fire, to give
mm.
them light in the way wherein they should go. All right. And that was talking about what, a chariot.
Con.
All right. Cloudy pillar or a column.
Con.
Yep.
So
All right.
basically be the same one as the uh that we're dealing with right now in Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1 and 2.
That's right. All right. Nehemiah. That was Nehemiah. Yeah, where's Nehemiah? There you go. Nehemiah 12 and 9, right? Where was that? Nehemiah 12 or 9 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It says right here, the pillar, the word for that is Hebrew 5982. It says a column, a stand, a platform, all right, a pillar, all right. So it had a platform to it, and it's talking about a chariot,
Con.
all right. So it was a long chariot, man. So now let's get back to the precept. It says Zechariah 5 and 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. All right. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. All right. And that goes with let me get Amos chapter. It's Amos chapter 9. It says Amos chapter 9 and 8, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. See?
Mm-hmm.
So his eyes are what? The chariots.
Con.
And his eyes are watching this place. And it's a curse to the wicked, but it's a blessing to the righteous.
Con.
Um,
Hold on.
behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom,
No,
and I will
I'm
destroy it from off the face of the whole earth. Yep. All right. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. You know. So especially over here in America, that's where the bulk of the deliverance is going to happen at. And saving that the Lord shall not destroy all the Israel that's over here in America. He said he's going to deliver a remnant. All right, and that's what this scripture is focusing on, the remnant that's going to be delivered out of here in Babylon. All right. So you can stop me any way you want to stop me. Just let me know.
all right, Con. I was just trying to find a precept real quick.
All right, kind. Verse 3, it says, then he said unto me, this is the curse. So it's going to be a curse unto the wicked, but it's going to be a blessing to the righteous. All right, what's that? Uh,
I was
is that
looking for the precept. I know it's in Psalms. Before the pots can feel the pricks.
kind? Uh, you found it?
Let me see. I'm still looking. I think it's Psalms 1. Okay, yeah. Um, no, I didn't find it. I thought I found it.
All right, I got a precept real quick. This is
Con,
Malachi 4:2. Or actually 4:1. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble." And that goes hand in hand with Zechariah 5, where it says
con.
they're going to be destroyed on this side according to it. All right, all the
Mm-hmm.
wicked, 2/3 of our people, and these damn heathens, especially Esau. It says they shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name, see, it's a separation. You got the wicked, and then you
Con,
also have the chariots that's going to show up for the elect, right? But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings,
con,
and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. All right, calves of the stall. So being taken care of in the barns, which is chariots. The healing is going to be the new bodies. Yep, making us righteous. So yep, this goes hand in hand with Zechariah 5. All right.
mhm.
So I'm gonna keep going. You got a precept?
No, I'm just still looking for. I, I was trying to
All
find the
right,
same
come.
one for the pots can feel the pricks real quick, but we can keep going.
All right, let me see. Yep, yeah, you talking about Psalms 58 and 9?
Okay, that's what it is.
Mhm. All right, let's keep going real quick. Just stop me when you're ready. This is
Con,
Zechariah 5 and 3. Then said he unto me, "This is the curse." So it's gonna be a curse to the wicked and 2/3 of our people,
con.
you know, and it's gonna be a blessing to the righteous or to the elect. This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, man. So they're gonna be going around the whole world delivering the elect of Israel. You gonna bring that precept up?
Yeah, con. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 9. It says, "Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath."
Yeah, you got it.
Con, all right, con. So basically saying, like before the elect gonna be able to feel those missiles, the chariots are gonna come to bring deliverance, but they're also gonna be coming to bring destruction to these other nations of 2/3 of our people. All right, but it says, like it says right here, before the pots can feel the thorns, Slakia, he shall take away as with a whirlwind the chariots coming, creating that whirlwind, both the living and in his wrath. So the living are going to be are the ones that are found written in the book of life, and the ones that are going to um feel the destruction are the ones that are not found written in the book of life. Basically,
That's right.
all right.
That's
A
right,
little bit more
man.
verse 10. Oh, Slakia.
Yep. Go ahead, brother. No, you good. Go ahead. Doc.
All right, so verse 10, it says, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked." So that's ultimate destruction, entering into the house of the thief in Zechariah chapter 5. And that
That's
and
right.
that thief being Esau.
That's right, man. So now, let's go back to the precept real quick. It says,
Okay,
Zechariah 5 and 3. Then said he unto me, "This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth." Right. But it's going to be a curse to the wicked, 2/3. It's going to be a blessing to the righteous. Matthew 24 and 31. Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. So that means over the whole earth. All right. So they're
okay,
gonna be going over the face of the whole earth, delivering. What they say, defending also.
okay.
What's that one? He shall deliver. It's another one. Also, right. This is Isaiah 31 and 5. As birds flying, see, it's talking about them chariots. So
Con,
will Yahweh of hosts of armies defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it. And passing over, he will preserve it. Passing over the whole earth, he's going to preserve the elect. All right.
con.
Yep. So let's keep going. Verse Zechariah 5 and 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. See, for
Mm-hmm.
every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. All right. And that stealeth means what? Everybody that's what? The thieves, as you was just saying.
Con.
You know, and who's the thief? Everybody know Esau is the thief. All right.
Uh-huh.
So they're the thief, man. And where's this at? And it says, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth falsely shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And who is that? All right, that's talking about
Um,
Jake's.
Con. I got a preset real quick, Zaquan.
All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, which they have scattered amongst all nations and parted my land. So not only has he Israel being his precious jewels and his land being divided amongst these nations. So Esau being the main thief, and these other nations going behind Esau, because Scripture also says, you saw us a thief, and you chose to partake with him, and that also goes for 2/3 of our people.
That's right, man. That's right. All right. And it say who sowed these tares amongst the wheat? They say the thief has done it.
Kind, yeah,
And that's Esau. Yep. Um what's that one scripture? We say the Lord gonna come as a thief in the night, right? Yep.
um, uh,
To catch the thief off guard.
kind,
Now you good. We're gonna keep going with this real quick though. I want to
okay,
get this precept dealing with it says right here, and also he gonna cut off those that swear, and those that basically means those that make a false oath. And who is that? That's talking about Jake's, 2/3 of Jake's.
kind,
All right, that's idol worshiping. Let's get this precept real quick. All right, it says, and also those that swear shall be cut off as on this side according to it. That's talking about people that make false oaths. And who is that? Uh, can you grab let's get this real quick. Isaiah 43 and 5.
kind. This is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 5. It says, Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the
Okay, you
east.
got it. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, come. All right.
Good.
Isaiah 43 and 5. It says, Fear not, for I am with thee.
Yeah.
I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, Give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Wow.
Right. Oh, I told you Hosea 1 and 10. My bad. I meant to say Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 17.
Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 17.
Yeah, kind of selecting.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 17. It says, Whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off, they took the counterfeit of his visage from far, and made an express image of a king whom they honored to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present. Keep going.
That's right, man. So they basically worshiping idol, doing idol worship.
Con,
All right. Um,
con,
no, that wasn't fully it though. Hold up, 1 second. I can grab this one real quick. Um, Malachi 3 and 5.
okay.
I think it switched over 17.
Okay. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 5. And it says, and I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers and against the adulterers and against the false swears and against those that oppress the hireling and his wages,
Mhm.
the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from the right, and fear not me, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Right. So those that swear falsely, right?
Khan,
Right. So that's talking about Jakes. All right. So those that basically worship idols. Now let me get
Khan,
this one. This is what I wanted earlier. Yep. Because we could have read that whole chapter in 14, but I'm skip down to
Khan,
the point. Wisdom of Solomon 14, and it says, because this is everything that Jake is doing today, slaughtering
Khan,
each other, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults,
Khan,
perjury, idol worship,
Khan,
disquieting of men. Let's read it. It says, yep, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 24. And that's why the Lord said everybody's going to be cut off on this side according to the judgments. All right. Um, they kept neither, Wisdom of Solomon 14:24. The point is in 29, because he said he's going to cut off those that swear falsely.
Khan.
They kept neither lives like today. This Valentine's Day shit they doing, you
Mm-hmm.
know. All right. So they keep not their marriage is undefiled, man. They caught up in adultery out here. But either one slew another traitorously, treacherously. So it says, so that there reign in all men without exception. There reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter,
Khan.
theft, and then we got booted off. You good?
Yeah, it's still the time is still running, but it's kind of glitchy going back and forth. That's why, like, when I be wanting to come in and
Yep.
say
I think
something,
we got
it'll.
booted off. Yeah. Yep. So what about now? We good?
I think so.
Okay, that's a nice little delay. All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
try to keep
is.
going real quick.
Khan.
Nice delay, boy. hmm All right, it's Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 25. It says, so that there reign in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls. That's everything that happens here in Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in Esau's kingdom today. Changing of kind, disorders in marriage, you know,
Khan.
changing of kind, that's like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Mm,
Adultery and shameless uncleanness, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning. So like you just read, they worshiping idols. The cause and the end of all evil. For either they are for either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies. That's what they're doing, false prophets.
con,
Or or they living unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. See that? For insomuch as their trust is in idols which have no life. See, they trust in the idols that have no life in them.
mm,
Though they swear falsely, see, they swear. What are they talking about? They're talking about Jakes. Two
yeah,
thirds of our people that are in this place swearing falsely, meaning idol worshiping. It says, yet
con,
they look not to be hurt. See, they think they're not going to get judged. Yeah, they believe they're not going to get judged for that.
mm-hmm,
Howbeit, for both causes shall they be justly punished. See that? Both because they thought not well of Yahweh, giving heed unto idols, and also holiness, man. So they swearing in deceit, and they hate holiness, man. They hate the righteous way, and they swearing
mm-hmm,
unto these idols. Giving oaths unto these idols like Islam and Christianity. Those are
con.
false oaths, meaning lies. All right. So let me see. I might have one more. All right. So let's get this. And you already met Malachi. You get Hosea 10:4.
Hosea 10 and 4.
Kind of brother.
All right. This is Hosea chapter 10, verse 4. It says, they that have spoken words, swearing falsely and making a covenant, thus judgment springeth up as hemlock in the furrows of the field.
That's right, man. So
Con,
that's what's gonna happen to Jake. Judgment is gonna spring up on him, and that's what goes with Zechariah 5 and 3.
con,
It says, "Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off on that side, according to it." So east on the heathens, the Lord got a judgment for them, and the Lord got a judgment for 2/3 of our people as well.
con. I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. This is Isaiah. All right. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 18. It says, and your covenant with death. Wait, hold on. No, let me go up.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 28 and 14. It says, wherefore hear the word of
Listen
the
all.
Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and
Mm-hmm.
with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge. All right, the ones that say the danger ain't gonna come to them. All right, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, behold, I will lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment
Right, that
also will I
cornerstone is Yahushua.
Yahweh shall be in that cornerstone. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It said, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the half shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. All right. So that's the salvation. Because verse 18 it says, And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall ye be trodden down by it.
That's right, man. That's right. So they're gonna be cut off according to the judgments that are written for them, man. For those
Con,
certain sins, man. Yep. All right. So it's counted for sin towards our people.
con.
All right.
So the chariots are coming to deliver, and bring judgment.
That's right, man. Let's get that one. Wisdom of Solomon. Remember?
Con,
Uh, yeah.
right, aiming thunderbolts.
That's right. I'm gonna read this real quick down to 4. Zechariah
Con,
5:3.
uh-huh,
Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and
con,
everyone that sweareth falsely shall be cut off on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, man. All right, and that breaks down. Verse 4 breaks down verse 3. All right,
con,
who's the one that stealeth,
mm-hmm,
and that's talking about Esau, man. All right,
con,
the house of the thief, and that house is talking about Babylon, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, man, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. They're talking about America,
con.
and shall consume. Right, and you got Esau thinking that they're God, calling themselves the Lord.
Yeah,
Right, man. So, and it shall consume it with the timbers thereof and the stones thereof. All right, so it's talking about the missiles and them chariots that's going to consume this place with the timbers and the stones that are in this place, man. So everything in this
con,
place is going to get consumed. All right, and that's a prophecy spoken of in Wisdom of Solomon. All right, you got it out.
con. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 21. It says, "Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fire to their mark."
Right, so those
And
clouds. Right, so those clouds are chariots. All right, those
con,
same pillars, cloudy pillars, man. All right, they're gonna be shooting, zapping shit like on War of the Worlds.
con, got a precept.
Yep, that's why he said defending also he shall deliver. So he's gonna be handing out judgment.
Con,
Go
got a
ahead, bro.
precept real quick. All right, this is Revelation chapter
Hmm.
1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so Ammon."
That's right, man.
That's
All right.
going into the
So
clouds.
it's gonna be greater than the deliverance. Yep, it's gonna be greater than the deliverance we had from Egypt.
Okay. All right. Wisdom of
That's
Solomon
right.
chapter did you have another precept?
No, you good.
Okay. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 21 again. It says, "Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow shall they fire to the mark, and hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly draw them."
Right. So you got the chariots gonna be zapping this place, and the missiles gonna be shot from a well drawn bow as well, called missile
Okay.
silos, and they're gonna hit their mark, just like the chariots gonna be shooting and hitting their mark. All right. And it says, and also fire shall come out of a stone bow. Hail,
Okay.
right? Hailstones of fire,
Okay.
and and that stone bow is talking about them warheads. Yep, ICBM missiles. All right, and you can read about that in Revelation 9, where it talks about their powers in the head, which would be like a lion. The powers in the warhead. All right, I don't know how long this delay is, but just let me
Okay,
know
it's pretty long.
if it's taking too long. All right, all right. This is Zechariah 5:4. I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house. All right, talking about Esau, Babylon, and
Okay,
shall consume it. Right, because this is basically called Edom again. All right, was that Idumea?
okay,
Um, this is Isaiah 34:6. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. So he's talking about the missiles, and and is made fat with fatness, and will and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So
okay,
Idumea today is basically, yep, Esau's house, America. All right, the, the, built by the founding fathers of Edom.
okay,
All right, so it says it shall Zechariah 5:4, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof, man. So everything gonna be dissolved. All right. It, everything that we see here in this place gonna be dissolved. So I had
okay,
my children, they were talking today. They were looking at the 5G towers, and I was like, yo, don't worry about that. The Lord about to destroy all that, man. You know, all
okay.
that's gonna get burned up real soon. All right. Verse 5. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. Basically prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephah that goeth forth. And he said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth, man. So who's that ephah? That's the remnant that came over here to the Americas for slavery. All
Okay.
right. You had a you had a bulk of the Gadites. What's that? Second Ezra's. We can go through that real quick. Why not?
Chapter 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
chapter
This is
13.
um Second Ezra 13 and sure.
Probably 40.
40. Okay. All right. Second Ezra 13 and 40 says, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of is it Josiah or Osiah? Or Osiah.
Hosea, which would be Hosea. Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep. That'd
Um,
be Hosea.
in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into their own land.
Oh
But
no,
they
to
took
another land.
Slakia into another land. It says,
Right.
but they
So
took
at that
Slakia.
time, that was around 722 BC. But really, Hosea, he was killed around that time. I think around 723 or so, or 720
Uh-huh.
BC.
Okay.
You can see
All
me.
right. Say again.
There we go. Yeah, he had Salmanassar. that came in there and finished. You hear me? Yeah,
It's
you had
cutting in and out.
Salmanassar the fifth.
Con,
Yep, he took us out of our land and and took us into Assyria. All right, 725 BC. Salaki. All right, it's cutting in and out, but you can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you.
All right, hopefully it's recording though. But around 725 BC. All right, so it led all the way up to 722 when they took Hoshea the king, took him captive as well.
Con,
All right, so they took us into the land of Assyria ultimately around 722 BC.
con,
All right, so that was during the time of Hoshea the king of Israel. All right, he was an Ephraimite, if I'm not mistaken.
con. All right,
And Shalmaneser, the Shalmaneser that is talking about is Shalmaneser the fifth. Hmm.
con. All right, Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 41. It says, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into the further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. So now they took this pledge amongst themselves to leave from that land and to come over here to the Americas. All right, and go far away from those damn Assyrians so they can keep the laws again. All right,
Con,
and that place is called America. All right, another land.
all right. Verse 42. It says that they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over.
Right. So that was it's written in history that they came over here around the third century A.D. Most of the northern tribes allegedly. All right, and Ephraim was the tribe that led them over here to the Americas. Because by the time Esau got over here, it was already northern tribes over here, and
Okay.
they took them and put them to slavery to put them to work, and they started dying off so quick, so they sent them over to Europe and tried to train them. And as they were doing that, they went and got us from the warehouses they had us stashed in over there in Portugal and brought us over here to the Americas. You know what I mean? The so-called Negroes.
Okay. All right.
So this is the place where we're meeting up again. That's right.
All right. I got a precept.
Hmm.
This is all right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and they all took them captives and held them fast. They refused to let them go. Basically, going into us meeting over here in America, us having to come over here later, just like how you just explained, and us living out our captivity, being brought back together in the land of America.
Hmm. That's right, man. So that's where we meeting up at again. That's where we meeting up
Con,
at again. All right. So that's what Zechariah 5 is breaking down.
con,
All right. So we ain't got to go into it. Let's go. Yeah. We ain't got to go into it. So if you continue reading that chapter, that's talking about Arsarif. All right.
yeah, con,
And that Arsarif is basically Babylon all over again. All
con,
right. So you had the northern tribes and the southern tribes. And Apostle Rhymelab went into it the other day, and he was speaking on that, man, about the southern tribes coming over here too, where he said the Most High
con,
are going to stay the springs again. Yep.
Con.
All right, Zechariah 5 and 5. I'll start from 5.
You
Then
want me
the
to take
angel
over?
that talked with me, huh?
Oh,
No, it's
you
cool.
want
I
me?
got it.
Okay. Okay.
Then the angel that talked with me, verse 5, went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. And I said, What is this? What is it? And he said, This is an ephah, and an ephah is a measuring basket. All right, you have a quart, a pint, so on size, so and so sizes, and a nice large amount, which would be um like a bushel basket. All right,
Mm-hmm.
like a nice sized basket. That's an ephah or a measuring pot. All right, to measure grain or to measure lentil or whatever you're cooking, or to measure seeds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to gather seeds. Now it says, um, and I said, What is it? And he said, This is an ephah that goeth forth. And he said, Moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. And behold, there was lift up a talent of lead. All right, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah. All right, and that woman is talking about Israel.
Con.
You know, and he said, hold up. Matter of fact, that's right, man. So, uh, this is this is Job 31, Job 31 and 6. Let me be weighed in an even balance, that Yahweh may know my integrity. So each of us are weighed in the balance. All right, just like this place, America, is being weighed in the balance. All right.
Con. What precept was that again?
Uh, that was Job 31 and 6, but I want to grab Second Ezra 40, Second Ezra 4 and 36.
All right, I'll get it.
And can you grab? Yep, Second Ezra 4 and 36.
All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 4,
Yep.
verse
Them pages. Them
36.
pages. Yeah.
Oh, Slakia.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Second Ezra 4 and 36, it says, and unto these Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he
Mm.
hath weighed the world in the balance.
There you go. All right. So that's the balance that you're talking about. The measure of Israelites that's going to be separated from the 2/3.
Con,
That's the measure. Yep. All right. So that's the balance they setting up. That's talking about the ephah.
con,
All right. Let me keep going. This is Zechariah 5 and 6. No, 7. And behold, there was lift up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah. And that talent of lead also, represents us being in slavery and being in bondage over here. And the Lord said He has the keys to hell and death to free us from it. All right. Now, and it says, verse 8, and He said, This is wickedness. All right. So He also what? He got the wicked over here with the righteous.
con.
What's that? The tares and the wheats.
Con, you want me to get that?
Yeah, come on, let's grab it.
All right.
Barn. Let's get that real quick. Yep. Matthew 13.
All right. 13 and
Yeah, probably 13:24.
24. All right. This is Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. And it says, "In another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in the field. But while man slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade were sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So
There
the
you go. So
servants,
everybody,
con,
yep, everybody's growing in their way. They're growing in the way of wickedness, or they're growing in the way of righteousness. That's just it.
con,
Till we're fully grown to a set measure for judgment. All right.
all right. Verse 27 says, So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? For whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Right. Because the Lord He sowed a righteous seed in the earth, and that goes into Let me get this real quick. Right.
Okay,
He sowed a righteous seed in the earth, and being the nation of Israel. But then us being amongst these wicked nations, it caused a bunch of us to go off, all right, especially with Esau. But Hosea
okay,
1 and 10, I'm gonna get that from earlier. All right. It says, Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, especially over here in America, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel shall be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head. That one head is going to be King David. All right, we're going to
okay,
seek our king. I mean, the tabernacle of David. All right, seeking Yahweh. And
okay,
they shall come up out of the land, right out of that land, out of America. For great shall be the day of Jezreel. That word Jezreel means the seed that the Lord planted. All right.
okay.
So go ahead and read that scripture where you was at.
All right. It says, verse 29, he says, but he said, Nay, lest while ye gather the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles and burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
There you go, man. So the Lord gonna destroy 2/3 and these heathens, and He's gonna gather the elect of Israel. All right. No matter what we look like or any color what we are, Israel scattered around the four corners of the earth. So
Uh,
uh, yeah, we're over here together, oppressed together, and we're over here with Esau in this place, Babylon, suffering with these low-level Edomites and the heathens,
uh,
on every level. That's right. All right. So now it says this, verse 8. Um, and he said, This is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast the weight of the lead upon the mouth thereof, man. Right? He said he's gonna give it because this place here is wicked, man. All right. Let me get this real quick. Let's get that. He cast it into this place with the righteous. Malachi 1 and 4.
okay.
Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever. Right? What is that? Another one say, it's gonna be known as Babylon. Uh,
Um,
the line of confusion. All right. This is Isaiah 34 and 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. Why? Because this place is gonna be destroyed. And the owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness, man. So this is that same place that Esau created and built up that the Lord gonna throw down.
con,
And he's gonna draw upon this place the line of confusion. That's why it's gonna be a lake of fire all around it,
con,
and within it. All right. And he said, what? He gonna burn it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So stones of emptiness. All right. So Zechariah 5 and 8. And he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast a weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. All right. So are you still reading?
no,
Okay. Verse 9. Then lift I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women. All right. So that goes with what? Isaiah 11.
con,
You know, what is that?
11 and 10.
Yeah, kind.
All right, this is Isaiah 11 and 10. And it says, and in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an enzyme of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in
Right,
that day, Slakia,
right. And those Gentiles talking about Israelites.
Khan,
That's going to seek. That's going to seek Yahweh and the Yahweh and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the tabernacle of David. Hmm.
Khan. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the isles of the sea. All right, and he shall set up an enzyme for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. All right, that's us being brought together, being delivered from us serving captivity together. It says, verse
That's right,
13,
brother.
and the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversity of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah. Slakia.
Yeah, I think it's the adversaries
Slakia.
of
Yeah,
Judah.
Slakia. Let me read that again. All right, it says
Hmm.
the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not
Esau,
envy
man.
Judah. Khan.
Ooh, yep. Our main adversary is Esau. They're gonna be
Khan.
cut off.
Forever.
That's right. That's right, man.
Ephraim shall not envy
All
Judah,
right.
and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
There you go. So he's gonna bring us back together. All right. That's why I said now it's gonna be two women that come out of this place.
Khan.
All right. So what's that? Can you get Revelation 7? Yep, Revelation 7. We're gonna move
Khan.
quick to get time. Hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Khan.
Revelation 7. Then I'm gonna grab Ezekiel. Yeah, I'm gonna get Ezekiel 37 and 19.
Okay.
It says this: Say unto them, thus saith Yahweh of power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, right? Which is basically Ephraim being the top tribe now, uh, all right, by the anointing of Isaac, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and I will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand, man. So the Lord bringing us back together, all right, in
Con,
this place. But He still set up an elect, all right. So
con.
um,
Got a
I'm gonna
precept
keep
real
reading. It
quick.
says in the all right. Let me finish this real quick, real fast.
All right, con,
It says, and the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. That's why we go out and teach, and we have a sign so people can see it. And say unto
con,
them, Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone. So that's a cut on people like Vocab and GOCC saying Esau gonna be saved. All right. And will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land, man. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And
con.
they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all, man. Whew. So
Con.
we brought together. He's doing that through one spirit through Yahweh Shai. All right.
I got you. All right, let me get that precept for you real quick. This is
That's right,
Isaiah
man.
chapter 34, verse 16. And it says, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit has gathered them. So that's just basically what you were going into. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai gathering the children of Israel together.
That's right.
I got one more
All
precept.
right, man. Go ahead, bro. The
All
spirit
right,
gathers is right, man. Yeah.
God. This is Sirach chapter 36, verse 11. It says, Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. All right, so that's the
Mm,
two sticks that you were talking about in Ezekiel 37, and making them join them together as one stick as from the beginning, from before Jeroboam and Rehoboam.
that's right, brother. That's right. That's right, man. So, yep. So what they thought was going to be our destruction wound up being our
Mhm.
blessing.
God,
Through chastisement and slavery that the Lord put us through.
God,
All right. Let's get the Zechariah 5 and 9. Then lift I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women. All right, and the woman is who? Israel.
mm-hmm.
All right. And Revelation 7 talks about 12,000 from each nation of
God,
Israel.
did you still want me to get that?
All right, the 12 tribes of Israel. So no, let's get Revelations 11,
Okay.
11 and 8.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse
Wait,
8.
hold on. Let me get
And it
this real quick.
says, okay,
Hold on. Yeah, my bad, brother. 1 second.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Revelation 11 and 3.
Revelation 11 and 3. All right, this
Mhm.
is Revelation chapter 11, verse 3. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Right. So the two witnesses, that's the northern kingdom and southern kingdom right here in Babylon, also known
Con,
as spiritually Sodom, spiritually Egypt. And 3.5 years would be 350 years.
con,
So, all right, if we go down to verse 8, it talks about us being over here 350 years until our Bivens got the truth,
con.
and started teaching.
All right,
All right.
Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. So this is over here in Babylon is where they put hell on the children of Israel and where they try to do away with the Lord Yahweh Shai, his name and his testimony. All right. And they crucify him afresh by causing our people to sin even more. All right. Forwarding our affliction. Now, and this place is what spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, the great city,
Con.
America, Babylon. All right, go ahead, brother.
All right. Verse 9, it says, And they of the people and kindred and tongues and nation shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right. So that's your 3 days, your 1,400 203 score days. That's 3.5. All right, 350 years. All right, go ahead,
Con.
brother. So that so they yep. So that's where we was at, and that was it. So yep, we over here in Babylon in America. Go ahead. I think a little bit
All right,
more.
keep going. All right, okay.
Hmm.
Verse 10, And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and shall make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets torment them that dwell on the earth.
There you go. So we were tormenting them because the Lord said this word is a consuming fire, man. It cuts to the bone and to the marrow, and they're being consumed with the word because these heathens are caught up in lies. You know, their
Con,
fathers have inherited lies. So that's right. So the two witnesses, all right, that's what it's talking about. The women, the Israelites, which would be the virgin, which would be his church. All
con,
right, the elect of Israel.
con.
So let's
Keep
get back
going.
to this Zechariah. No, that's
Okay.
cool. Let's get back to Zechariah 5 and 9. Then lift thine up mine eyes and look, and behold, there came out two women, and the wind was in their wings. What's that? The same way we were taken into the wilderness swiftly and delivered. What was that one precept, man? We delivered. Uh, we were delivered out of Egypt the same way.
You talking
Uh,
about the one we were talking about earlier?
no, this is Exodus 19 and 4.
Okay.
It says, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. So the Lord is going to bear us the same way to bring us unto Him again,
Mm-hmm.
and but this time it's going to be chariots. All right. So it said what? It said, behold, there came out two women. So who is that? It's talking about the 144,000 of Israel and the one third. It's going to come out of this place. What's that? Revelation 11. We said, "Come up hither."
Fine. I got you.
Come out of her.
This is Revelation chapter
Hmm.
11, verse 11. It says, And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And
That's
they
right.
heard a
Go
great
ahead.
like,
There you go, bro.
and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
There you go, man. So Revelation 6. Actually, no, let's go into that in a minute. So yeah, man. So the hopeful elect, well, the elect gonna be taken up out of this place, man. All
Con,
right. Let me get this one real quick. One second. Here we go. All right, here you go. It says, this is Psalms 18. Uh, Psalms 18 and 10. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind, man. You know,
Mm.
and
Con.
that's right. So that's right. So and also Psalms 91. But then you know what I mean. Psalms 91. It says, "Surely he shall." Psalms 91 and 3. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, the trap of Esau, and from the noisome pestilence. That's the missile, the destruction. He said the
Con.
righteous gonna be scarcely make it. He shall cover thee with his feathers. See that?
Mm.
All right. He's gonna cover us with his feathers, those angels. And under his wings shalt thou trust, and wings of those chariots. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler, man. That's gonna be our confidence. All right.
Con.
So, and that represents us being delivered in a swift fashion. All right. The same way he brought us out of Egypt and buried us on eagle's wings, them chariots. Right.
Con.
Covered us quickly.
Con. We
All
got a
right.
percent.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. This is 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 6. It says, the sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon Yahweh by Shem Yahushai and cried to my power, and he did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry entered into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled, and the foundations of heaven moved and shook because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. Coals were kindled by it. He blew the heavens also and came down. The darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind. So that's the Lord coming with destruction, deliverance again, being on a chariot with the wings of the wind.
Right. Right. That's in comparison to what I just read too. Yep.
Con,
Yep. So now let's get back to Zechariah 5 and 9. It says, then lift I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women, and the wind was in their wings. Wow, man. For they had
con,
wings like the wings of a stork. Yep. Like the wings of a stork. And what does that represent? A kite. All
con,
right. Something like a kite, something that lifts you up, gets carried away with the wind.
con.
All right. And they lift up the ephah between the earth and heaven. You got a precept for that?
Uh,
I got one right here.
con.
Hold up. There you go. This is Oh, can you get that? You can bear it. Oh man, can you get that in Psalms 91? Bear thee up.
Psalm 90. Yeah, con.
Yeah, let's
I
get that
got you.
first. That's right, man. And they would lift it up, the ephah, and the ephah would carry a certain amount of seeds in it, or a handful of seeds, or a numerable amount. All right, it gives you a certain measure by weight. All right.
Con,
So this talking about the remnant. He said, though Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant gonna be saved, the seed of Israel.
con.
All right.
This is Psalms 91. You want to get straight to the point?
Yep.
All right. Psalms
Okay.
91 and 10, and it says, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou shalt dash thy foot against a stone.
That's right, man. All right, so they're gonna bear the elect up in their hands, and that's why he said, "Only with thine eyes." I think that's the next part.
Con, it says, "Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder."
Oh,
It's like it's,
oh, can you go back to only with thine eyes?
oh, all right. Verse which verse was that? All right, verse 11. It says, "For this is Psalms 91:11." It says, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee, and keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their wings, lest they dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and dragon. Thou shalt trample under feet." Slakia. Or verse 8. It says, only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because
Yeah,
thou
verse
hast
7.
made the Slakia.
Mm-hmm.
This is Psalms 91:7. It says, "And 1,000 shall fall by thy side, and 10,000 by thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked,
There you go,
because
man.
thou
All
Slakia."
right. Now that's talking about the elect getting taken up into the chariots and being buried up into the hands of the angels, and
Con,
only with their eyes shall they see the destruction of the wicked. Now this is
con,
Revelations 15:2. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, all right, the MOTB, and over
con.
the number of his name. And they all stood on the sand of the sea, having on a sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh, man. All right, so it says, hold up, where is it at? Right, so he stood upon a sea of glass. That's the elect.
Con,
Now it says here, right, because it said the righteous going to scarcely make it.
con,
Uh, Revelations 15:2, and I saw as it were. Okay, that was it. It says, sea of glass mingled with fire, man. All right,
con.
so that the firmament, that fire, the mushroom cloud gonna go so high, it's gonna hit the firmament, man. All right, well,
Mm,
and the elect gonna be standing on top of that. That's between what the earth and heaven. So let's get back to this real quick. Unless
con.
you got a precept.
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 26, verse 20 says, "Come, my people, enter thy into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little
Mm.
moment until the indignation be past."
Con, that was beautiful. That come, brother. Great precept.
Con,
All right. So let's get back to this now. Verse 9. Then lift thine up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women that's gonna come out of this place, and it's only
mm-hmm,
gonna be the elect. And the wind was in their wings, for we're gonna have to be delivered quick, man. Cause it's gonna be so
con,
fast. It's gonna be a 1 hour. 1 hour. Yep.
con,
That way said the righteous shall scarcely make it.
mm-hmm,
For they had wings like the wings of a stork. All right, and that represents like something like a kite that gets carried with the wind. Carried away.
con. I got a
And they
precept.
lift up the ephah. Yep. Go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 9. It says, "For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness." And that's really that's America, but really the four corners of the earth too, because Esau has made the whole world a wilderness. All right. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth apart Slakia spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with them. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the field, and he made him to suck the honey out of the rock and oil out of the fertile rock. So the point was in verse 11. It says, "As an eagle stirreth up her nest, and flutteth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them abroad, and taketh them slacking, beareth them on her wings." That's us coming out in those chariots.
Okay. Okay. That's right, man. All right, let's get back to this real quick.
Con,
Zechariah 5 and 10. It says, "Then said I to the angel that talked with me, whither do these carry?" So, like, I'm going to go to 9. "Then lifted I up
con,
mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork. And they lift up the ephah between the earth and heaven." All right. So that ephah represents a measure, meaning the elect.
mm-hmm,
All right, the 144,000 and the one third. And that's in
con.
Second Ezra 13, Second Ezra 9 or 13. We say the
Which
number
one?
of thy children is fulfilled.
Um, Second Ezra 2. You want me to get it?
No, it's chapter 2. Yeah. Okay. And let me get this real quick. 43 and 5. All right. So that ephah is a basket that you would measure seeds in or cook something in. All right. In America, it's known as what? The melting pot. But also, it's
Con,
going to be a remnant taken away from this place. All right.
con. All
It
right,
says
this is
Isaiah
Second Ezra.
43 and 5.
Slocking. Oh, Slocking.
Mhm. Isaiah, Isaiah 43 and 5. "Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west." All right,
Con,
that's the seed. It's talking about the remnant that's going to be gathered from this place.
con.
All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 41. It says, "The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. I,
There
Ezra,
you go,
saw
man.
upon
That's
the
just it.
Slocking.
No, no, you see, go ahead. You can keep going.
All right. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai with songs." Keep going.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit, but I think it's cool.
All right, I'll read it again. All right. Second Ezra
Yeah,
2
the
and
last part, yeah.
42. It says, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahweh Shem Yahushai with songs.
That's right, man. All right, so that's that number. All right, that
Con,
numerable number, but it's set up to, but it's still measured. You know, the Lord measured us. He's measuring us according to the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, a spirit of faith. Um, and He has a certain a set. All right. So now, verse 11, verse 10, it says, "Then said I to the angel that talked with me, whither do these bear the ephah?" All right, so it's going back to the beginning, saying, where are they carrying it to? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm,
What place is this that was prepared for him? And that place is,
con,
it says, "And he said unto me to build it an house in the land of Shinar." and it shall be established and set there upon their own base. So basically saying America's going to be built up as a destroying mountain, just like Esau, going to be given a foundation and built up as a kingdom, just so it can be destroyed, just like
I
Egypt.
got a precept.
Yep, go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 14. And the woman were given two wings of a great eagle, that she might flee into the wilderness and to her place where she was nourished for a time and times and a half a times from the face of the serpent.
There you go, man. All right, and that place is Babylon.
Con,
All right. Oh, actually, it was in Africa, and also in Europe and Egypt, and then that place is
con,
Babylon that was prepared. Yep. And
con,
over here, we're being nourished and built up through the scriptures, and
con.
yep, into a certain measure. So yeah, man, that's a quick breakdown on Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. We did the best we can with this damn technology.
Yeah.
We tried, man. It's going crazy, man.
Yeah, like you would say something, I wouldn't hear it till like 5 minutes later.
Right. So, hey, man. Hopefully this was edifying. Hopefully it's not all choppy when we upload it. But we probably ended there, you know.
Con,
So with that, we're gonna say Kyle,
Kyle,
Halayim,
Halayim,
La Yahweh,
La Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Ha,
Ha,
Rakah Kodash,
Rakakodash,
Ma'amaf.
Mamath.
All right, with that, we're gonna say Shalom. Hey, that was a good one
Shalom.
though, man. We just gotta work on this damn technology and signal.
All right, Khan.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
What is this?